Okay, I'm doing my wood grain. I'm doing the wood grain on this whole cup, but what I want to do is create a tree, right? So it's going to look like a tree. So I want to focus doing stuff like this at the bottom more than at the top, because this is going to be, you know, where the trunk is and everything. So I'm going to do some fun stuff like that at the bottom, depending on where I want to put it, what comes out the best look. Okay, so the first one I did like this. I really loved the color of the tree, but when I decided to use this darker, you know, more of that autumn look color, when I put it on there, I realized that it was going to be, you know, the tree was going to kind of get lost. So I'm replicating this into this. So I'm making the tree a lot darker, and then I'm going to use a much lighter color glitter here. So, and I think that is going to give me exactly what I had in my mind. So that's that cup. So now what I'm doing here is mixing sienna and espresso. Okay, I got this little brush at the Dollar Tree, and it's really working for what I want it to do. The chip brush works really well for doing the, you know, the wood grain look for like the whole cup, but I really needed some like detailed, and this is working out beautifully. So I have this little cup. This is from the detergent. I save these little cups because mine just has a drawer and I just squirt it in there, so I'll never use these cups. So I save these cups and use them for all kinds of stuff in the craft room. So I'm doing equal amounts of espresso and sienna. I mean, not like technical equal amounts, but basically equal amounts. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Well, we're going to have a long deal here. This little brush holds a lot of ink too, so that is also why I really like it, because if I'm trying to mix the inks, it kind of allows me to have like it's because these inks will dry up fast in here, you know. So, and then you just kind of take like a little piece like that and just kind of push, and then you just kind of push some more, right? And then you just push more and push more and push more. Right? So then you get that look of the tree, you know? And I mean, that you just basically do it until you see something that you think looks like a trunk, like a, you know, tree situation. Like, I really like the deep dark color, and this definitely needs a darker color, because I'm actually going to use more of like a champagne-y kind of gold, and I think it's going to turn out much more of the vision that I had in my head. Now, I do some fun stuff up here because the branches, you know, the branches will come out, and it does kind of give you, but I'm basically going to do that same cup, but it's just going to be darker tree and lighter glitter. And then I think we've got it. But that's why I'm recording this, so that it's and showing you my mistake, so you don't have to make those mistakes. So I'm just pulling And see how that gives you some nice, so we have a really nice dark tree here. And I did the whole cup the last time, and I'm doing the whole cup now, only because when you do the tree, it kind of comes, it goes all the way to here and here, so you only have this little bit, and you know, it's just easier to do the whole thing. I mean, if you want to know, if you know exactly where you're going to put it, go right ahead and only do that one part. But the branches kind of come out all the way, and you just don't know if you find a spot that you really like I really liked that spot right there, and so there were a couple of other spots, but that's the spot I like. So if the tree wouldn't have gone all the way, so that's why I do the whole cup. Plus, it gives you some practice too. So, equal parts of espresso and sienna. Mix that, and then this I feel gives you a little bit different look than the chip brush. The chip brush is definitely, it does definitely give you a certain kind of look, which is perfect for that type of cup, but I really wanted a tree look, branches and bark and, you know, knots and that kind of thing. So I'm just pulling down and pulling down and pulling down, and it gives you some real good. This is really like a lot of practice. That's why doing the whole cup kind of gives you some good practice. If you turn the brush like this, it kind of opens up, gives you like a little knot, and then you can just pull it down the middle like that, and it gives you a good knot. But I think we got some really good choices here, some bark and different things. So I'm really liking the way that's turning out. Definitely love the color. The color is so much better. I mean, I really liked that red, the red color from the other one, but I think with what we're wanting to do now that we have made the mistakes and we can learn from those mistakes, we're doing a much deeper color now. So I'm just going to pull, and as you pull, you see how that's just building up. I hope you can see that. I'll turn it just a little bit. You just pull this side there. Then you just take and pull a little bit more like that. And like that. And you can feel it and see it happening when you're pulling, and you know, it just really, it just starts building up and building up, and it's really cool. So, and this, I don't know if it's just this brush, it keeps so much in there. Like, I don't know. Like a chip brush dries like that, you know, when you're doing those. It's like, and it dries. This, like, keeps it in there. I actually go ahead and wash this brush just so if I wanted to use it on a different color, that dark color would probably still be in there. So, but I'm loving this color. Oh, what is going on here? So, we got some good tree stuff going on here. I'm just gonna build on this part right here. Like I said, you know, you never know where the tree is just, it's gonna look just right. So this just gives you practice. You can just play a little bit, try things out, then you don't have to use that one little spot. But that looks really cool. $1 at the Dollar Tree, or if you have some makeup brushes. But this is going to do so much different than the chip brush. Like I said, that has its own place. This is something completely different, okay? But that gives you some really beautiful wood grain look. Okay, and here it is, the final look. And that was all achieved with sienna and espresso in a mix, equal parts that I mixed in here, and I used $1 brush from the Dollar Tree, makeup brush. And that's what we have. I did the bottom too, which will be covered in glitter, but just in case. But I think we got some really cool little spots here that we're going to be able to add our tree. So that's that. The next step is we're going to epoxy this. No coat, no sealer or anything. We're just going to epoxy this, and then we'll put the tree on, we'll glitter, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, for some reason, I think it's because of the way the reflection is on this, that the, it doesn't want to focus here. So I'm just going to show you real quick. I did not do anything. I just put the alcohol inks like we showed. I just did my little swipes and little pushes to make the knot holes and things. And all I'm doing is, this is a 20 ounce skinny. I have about 15 mLs here. And I'm just going to put this on here just to give it a nice coat, so that way we can put our tree on and do our glitter and everything else. So, since this thing won't focus that much, I'm just going to do this real quick. And I put this, I'm doing two different things. One, because I am putting glitter in the other thing, and two, because just in case you get a little bit of color from this, I didn't want it to mix into what I was doing with the other cup. So I am doing these separate. I put them in a separate little cup. So it doesn't really, but I have had it a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of color, and I just don't want to mess up any other cup. So just word to the wise. And I'm pretty sure that we just want this to be a nice smooth coat. I don't want to have to redo. I don't want to have to put another coat on this because it starts getting so heavy. Would you stop dripping? So I'm just going to try to make this little 15 mLs work, and I'm going to try to make it as smooth as possible. So, because I don't want to have to do another coat on top of this. So all we need is one smooth little area that we can put that tree. And it worked for me the last time, but you know, you never know. So, just trying to get it all. the bottom real good. But that's basically it. I'm going to put the rest of this on here, or I may stick it in with the other epoxy that I'm doing, because I'm doing a 30 ounce. So, but I just wanted to separate enough to where we could do this cup and not. And I'm pretty sure I haven't contaminated anything. It's pretty clear, so I haven't really stuck my fingers in there. But just in case, if this is really blurry, I don't want to waste too much time doing this. So that's it. Pretty simple. That's what you do. Okay, I put a layer of epoxy on this, and I added my tree. This is removable vinyl. Any vinyl will do, but I just happen to have some removable vinyl, and I epoxied over the tree and everything. I applied my first layer of this green color from the Glitter Craze. This is kind of representing grass, and then I'm going to ombre a gold and champagne, and then we're going to remove this tree. Okay, this was a little harder this time. I probably would suggest that you put some kind of little, I've seen people use like hot glue, little pieces to identify where the vinyl is. But yeah, so I had to try to find it. But we found it. So now we have to get all the branches. And this is kind of I probably should be wearing gloves at this point. There we go. There we go. You see that? Throw this away here. There we go. So this is probably the most tedious part of this process, is getting that tree off of there. But look at how pretty. It's so pretty. And I'm pretty sure I got all the branches, but I would just check with the picture of the tree to see if there was any branches that you see are off to the side or something like that. But I think that is it. So I like the way the gold kind of looks like the sunshine. And then I will be adding some green, a little bit of green down here, and the leaves for the tree. So we get a little bit better look, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Anyways, that's how you do that. I added the leaves and the grass and a little bit of 24 karat gold up here, kind of like sun rays. It's very faint, but that is it. I added a little bit more grass right here where the tree is, and added a bunch of leaves. These are the leaves that I used. Colors of the Wind. This is the green for the grass that I used. And this is the 24 karat that I used up at the top. But that's it, just a coat of epoxy, and then at this point you maybe do another coat and then sand it, and then you have a beautiful fall cup. You could add a little name here or some kind of saying.